Going back, baby. Back to Gambletown. Hey, it's week 9.
Oh yeah.
We're surviving. Most of
More
our
than surviving, I think.
fantasy teams not surviving with everyone on Earth being hurt. Travis Hunter to IR. I'm gonna
Yeah.
care about
Yeah,
that.
that makes me sad, but I hope he comes back in time for the playoffs to be awesome because I need him in best ball.
It's true.
I'm
Hell yeah.
so heavily invested.
Jacksonville's in the playoffs. Hell yeah.
We also got a lot of our bets invalidated last week because Drake London was out.
Yeah, I lost a
yeah.
parlay and I
Yep.
lost a bet.
Yep.
But you know what? It doesn't matter though because we actually we kind of bounced back last week. We were 8-5 on the week as a show. Over the last 4 weeks, we are 27-28 because of that 2 really bad weeks in a row. But we're coming back on the season. We're 51-54. Tony remains the parlay king. He hit one of his parlays. We were 1-4 for parlays on the week, which not bad, but we want to be better. And we'll start hitting parlays more. Like honestly, this is the worst I've ever started on parlays, so you know what that means.
But you so do.
I'm so due.
Yep.
By the way, I want to just say that parlay that I hit last week, that wasn't a plus 150 or whatever. That was plus 745.
Well,
Took
you had
Miami.
I didn't get that boost.
I took 2 heavy
that's true.
favorites in Buffalo and Philadelphia, and then I took Miami to upset.
Oh, you did. That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's awesome because actually, now that I think about it, that makes up for all the other parlay bets.
It sure does. Yeah, that's 8 weeks worth of parlays.
Right. I'm actually really interested to see what the NFL does because I was kind of thinking during the season or during this past week because you know how they fine Baltimore $100,000 for the whole Lamar Jackson gonna play or not bullshit.
Which is like, as a Bears fan, that was stupid. Like, I don't even know why we care.
I mean,
Who cares?
I'm kind of wondering if they're gonna. I mean, do you just think that sets a precedence? Like, shouldn't they do that for Atlanta with Drake London? Like, because that was a Sunday morning decision.
I don't even know what. Right, I don't know what the impetus behind Baltimore's decision was to be like, yeah, he's healthy. Oh, maybe he's not. We're not going to play him. That doesn't make any. That makes sense to me. Like, okay, cool. Sorry.
Right.
Well, the way they did it too is like here's why I think it was kind of BS. Was because the reason they got fined is because they listed him as a full participant, but because he was participating in the practice squad, technically he's supposed to be limited. But like if he ran the entire scout team, then guess what? He was technically a full participant. It's fucking it's just stupid.
I agree.
Like, and I'm a Bears fan. Also, and like the entire idea that it gave them some kind of edge, yeah. Because they weren't prepared for Snoop Huntley. Guess what? If you weren't prepared for Snoop Huntley, you're not win that game.
Yeah, you're gonna be prepared for Lamar Jackson.
Right, exactly.
Guess what?
So, anyways, back to us not getting fined. We have some bets coming at you. Let's just do our top 5 bets of the week. Let's hop in. We got a lot to cover this week.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm gonna start as your
are the king, man.
Current head.
Our discount is still like Ryan on the Millie bets, man. You and I have sucked, but Ryan this year, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been doing good.
Fire.
I think I've only missed 2 weeks of Millie bets.
Yeah. God, imagine if you had all of those, man. You'd be you'd be well on your way to a monocle.
Well,
That's
I've got this this Earl that I've got going on here. I'm the Dutchy of top 5 bets of the week.
The Duke of Earl.
I'm 25-14 on the year.
Your fiefdom isn't as cool as Ryan's. That's the problem. Rolled Gambletown.
There's no denying that.
You're in the suburbs of Gambletown.
Okay.
I just want to point out, 10, 16, 1, 2, 3. I'm 16-8 on top 5 bets of the week since I started going back to the model, and my first play of this week is once again a model play. Pretty much no line is too high on this one, and it's Jackson Smith and Jigba over 90.5. I know it's gone up in places, but as I was saying to Josh off air, he got an 8 and a 7 in my system, so he's a top 5 against man coverage, and he's the best separator against cover 4 in the league. And yeah, so I think it was about 45% of the time, 44% of the time he's going to be going against a coverage that he's elite against. So 90.5 yards, no problem. Like I was saying off air, I really, really wish that JSN was in the main slate for DFS, but if you're just putting sports bets down, Jackson Smith and Jigba is the fucking move this year or this week as well. So then our next, Ryan, what's your first top five?
I would say let's go to me because I just want to
Oh.
piggyback because I also in
Sure.
my top five bets of the week have
Sure.
JSN. I got him at 95.5. Unfortunately, I didn't get him early enough, and that line is only going to keep going up because right now JSN, I mean, he might be the best receiver in football right now. Like, there's he's definitely up. He's definitely top three. He's definitely top three. But I think, like, honestly, because I would have Puka right up there, but Puka had a bad game. JSN has not yet. He's third in my usage model this week, and Washington's giving up 9 yards per target. And when you look at like the target share that like JSN is getting on a weekly basis, he's getting 10 targets a game, man. Like, and he's going to like explode. So, well, he's getting like, he's killing it. Like, betting JSN overs this year has been a profitable endeavor. So
I think it's hit. I think it's hit every week except one.
Yeah.
And for the record, for those listening, top three receivers in football right now: JSN, Rome Odunze, and Rome Odunze.
Sick.
All right, Ryan, your first top five bet of the week.
Guys, I'm changing it up this week. I was telling the guys before we started recording, I looked at all the tight end lines for this week and I just wasn't too confident in them. So I'm changing it up and I'm going with some overs this week. 3 of my top 5 bets this week are overs on games. My first one is going to be the over on the Minnesota-Detroit game at 48.5 points. If we look at Minnesota, they are 14-7 against the spread on road games since 2023. So what that's telling me is this could be a potentially closer game than we think. And if that's going to happen, Detroit's going to put up a lot of points and Minnesota will have to put up a lot of points. Also, all 4 Minnesota road games this year have gone over the points total. Versus the Bears, 27-24. Versus Cleveland, 21-17. Versus Pittsburgh, 24-21. And the most recent one versus the Chargers, 30. They lost. That was that the London? No, it was 37-10.
Brutal.
So I like the over in this game, especially if Minnesota can put up a decent amount of points. And we all know Dan Campbell doesn't let off the gas pedal. He'll just let Gibbs keep going and put up 48 points. So I like the over in this game at 48.5.
Okay. I am going to hit you with my second top 5 bet of the week. This is the only other guy in my system that got an 8. And it is the return of Alec Pierce as a top 5 bet of the week. Last week we had him at 39.5. And on the podcast, we laughed about how I would be afraid to take his over at 1.5 receptions, but I'm never against taking an over on his yardage props. And sure enough, he caught 2 passes for 69 yards.
Nice.
Yeah.
He had one 50-yard catch, and we all laughed.
Awesome.
Like, well, that's what we talked about. And his line is down this week. He's down at a 38.5. Sign me the fuck up, man. Like,
which is wild to me because I've heard people talk about this game and they're talking about how people think that like Indianapolis is going to be exposed to frauds, but I have been very vehement all year that Pittsburgh are the actual frauds. And
exactly.
Their defense is not good.
We're having a fraud off.
Yeah.
I do get a little bit weary about Jonathan Taylor in this game just because they're at home and, you know, coach does a pretty good job against the run at home. But I do like Indy to win this game, that's for sure.
So
yeah, I get why you would be, but actually, like the run defense of Pittsburgh is probably one of the best aspects of their defense.
Well,
sure.
I was going to say I'm glad you say that because one of the reasons why they're so good at stopping the run is because they load the box.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is playing single high safety 63% of the time.
Oh wow.
Top 3 in the league, and against single high, Alec Pierce 29.5% target share.
Oh shit.
Like this is a game where I think in like DFS tournaments, like big slates, I don't know what the roster rate for Danny Dimes is going to be, but he's the guy that I think I like a lot.
Honestly, man,
Um,
I like overloads in this game. I give me
Yep.
Jones,
Sure.
Warren, Pierce, and DK.
I
Oh, hell
did
yeah.
right now currently Alec Pierce went up a lot. He's at 45.5.
Yeah.
Keep it
And
coming,
I want
man.
to and I want to point out, since you
I
brought
mean,
it
that's
up,
still just one catch, so
Right?
my number 2 bet of the week, Tyler Warren over 54.5 receiving yards.
Yeah.
okay.
This is like, Ryan's usually the tight end guy, but I'm going to take his title this week, and here's why. Pittsburgh's given up the second most fantasy points to tight ends. They're giving up the second most yards and touchdowns to the tight end position, despite having one game less played on a season than everyone else. Like, that's kind of
Sure.
wild. They're giving up 9.1 yards per target to the tight end. Tyler Warren getting about 6 targets a game. So, like, right away, that 54.5, he's right at that line in my usage model.
Yeah.
And that, and the yardage, you can't really look at that, but when that number's right there where his line is set, then we know Tyler Warren's explosive. Like,
Sure.
I really love Tyler Warren. He's my favorite tight end of the week.
Yeah.
the week.
We have him in DFS for this week for the show lineup. Also, his line went up to 56.5. So good that you got that in, Wally.
All right, then Ryan, your next top 5 bet of the week.
It was my number 2, right?
sir.
So next bet this week, guys, is another over. We're gonna go with the San Francisco New York Giant game, another 48.5 point total. We're taking the over on this game. I think McCaffrey gets a better game than he had last week. Kittle does pretty decent, probably get another touchdown. Another game where San Francisco, the game script, they might be playing a little bit angrier after last week's loss to Houston. And guys, since the start of last season, overs are 11-1 in 49ers games following a loss. So,
Interesting. Okay,
yes,
I
they
like
play
it.
angry.
I like it. Cool. Couple of overs hitting. I'm gonna go. We're staying with overs here. I'm going back to the well that was injured last week. Once again, Drake London is another elite receiving
Nice.
option this week, so I'm taking his over. I got it at 67.5 on BetMGM earlier in the week. Once again, if you want to know like what the numbers are as I get these numbers, email me at THfantaC@gmail.com, and I'll send you the numbers as I run them. Drake London, great matchup again this week. He's going against the Patriots. He is an elite cover 4 beater, and New England is top 5 in cover 4. So if Penix can do anything, we should be fine. I also think, kind of similarly to that Colts Steelers game, that game might be crazy high owned in large scale tournaments. This game might actually be the pivot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I like your logic here, because
I'll talk a little bit about New England later because I put them in my money line parlay, and that's the leg I'm iffiest on. I think this could be an upset, but I think there's a chance that this game has the most fireworks of the regular like GPP slate this week.
Okay.
I hope so.
All right, Waleed, what do you got?
So my third top 5 bet of the week, we're going to go to that San Francisco New York Giants game. I hope that over is 48.5, because if it is, my Christian McCaffrey over 77.5 rushing yards feels really damn good. And let me tell you why. Giants giving up the 3rd most yards before contact. Also giving up the 3rd most yards after contact to running backs.
Is that
you know
bad?
what that means? It just tells me that they're not really tackling running backs. And we saw what Saquon did to them in a half of football. Christian McCaffrey is playing better than Saquon has all year.
Oh yeah.
I think Christian McCaffrey is going to wreck the Giants.
I can't see that being an issue.
Yeah, he's the number 1 running back play of the week.
Like all the optimizers I've been running are like, yeah, you're just gonna have to have him in. Deal with it.
Yeah, and I'm never gonna get mad having Christian McCaffrey.
Right. All right. So Ryan, can I get your third top 5 bet of the week, my friend?
All right, guys. As of 11:15 this morning, I checked early this morning. He was still questionable, but they have said that the Bengals plan to start Joe Flacco against the Bears, which I like, which is why one of my top 5 bets of the week, my third over for this week, is the Chicago-Cincinnati game. It was 51.5 yesterday. I got it this morning at 50.5, so I really like that. Let's see. Both of these quarterbacks have good offensive weapons against Bengals bad defense.
You
Bears
just say
middle.
shit defenses. We
Yeah,
all know
yeah.
it.
Bears a little bit better, but still in the mid-tier kind of shitty defense.
I mean, like, are they though? Like, I guess technically they are, but also, like, the stat that I love about the Bears defense is they're giving up the most yards per play. Also lead the NFL in turnovers. Only one team
Sure.
in the modern era has done that.
This game is actually was my THfantaC game of the week. I think this has a good chance to get closer to 60 points.
Okay.
I could see easily 34-31, something like that. I mean, Flacco's been slinging the ball to Chase, and he got Higgins involved last week. Caleb's got to have a bounce back week after his lackluster performances the last couple weeks. And guys, some other stats to support this over. Overs are 4-0 in all Bengals home games this year, and overs are 4-0 in all Bears road games this year.
Damn.
that's a trend I want to tail.
Yeah, no shit.
Especially in this matchup where we're like, let's be honest, everyone's like, this is going to be one of the highest scoring games. I'm very glad Flacco is playing, man.
Yeah.
But oh my god, like, Jamar Chase is going to wreck the Bears. I don't think Jaquan Brisker is going to make Jamar Chase cry like he did Justin Jefferson.
That's well.
Did you read those comments, like, Ryan? I know I talked to Tony about it earlier. Jaquan Brisker actually said this, like, there was some quote that was going around where he was basically saying he made Justin Jefferson cry. If you look at the game that he's talking about, Justin Jefferson had 12 catches for 150 yards. Like, it's very doubtful that he actually did that.
Tears of joy.
So I do want to say, Bears fans no, non-Bears fans maybe not. Kyler Gordon's out. Put him on IR. Which is a damn shame, which means the Bears. Tyreek Stevenson's coming back, but that means the Bears are missing their cornerback 1 and their slot corner. They're bringing in Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to play slot. And so you're going to be dealing with a guy who, I mean, he knows the system, right? Because he's a Dennis Allen guy.
Dennis Allen, yeah.
But it's that being put into a new defense and starting after like 4 days with the team. And also former undrafted free agent Nick McLeod as the slot cornerback. So this is if they're not attacking the seams all game, something's desperately wrong.
Jamar Chase is going to wreck the Bears. Like,
most likely.
I just hope Odunze can keep up.
I also think that Tyreek Stevenson struggles with bigger receivers, so I think T. Higgins might score too.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So. All right, cool.
He had that nice one last week.
Mm-hmm. So let me rock with my 4th top 5 bet of the week. This is the last system play that I have for you guys this week, and I got it at 58, but now it's down to 54.5, and it's Marvin Harrison making his first appearance on the separation score model.
Oh.
Marv, dude, Maserati Marv. He he crushes cover 3, 5th best separator against cover 3 in the league, and he's going to go against the defense in Dallas that plays it at the 7th highest rate. Anybody that's worried about Kyler Murray being ruled out and Brissett being the starter obviously hasn't watched any Kyler Murray since 2022.
Also didn't watch the game where Brissett started and had like 300 yards.
Right. And we're talking about attacking the Bears defense because they suck ass. Yeah, Marv's going against the Cowboys. So
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I can call him Maserati Marv. I think he's more Montero Marv, like the way he's been playing.
Montero?
So, yeah. He's got to earn that Maserati title back.
Montero catching a stray on this
Montero.
One.
It's a Mitsubishi.
It's an SUV. It's an SUV. It's all I'm saying.
It's Mitsubishi.
Like, he's not exactly been a speedster. Like, he's been a reliable, dependable, intermediate.
Listen, it's not his fault that the people that have him don't know how to drive a car. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
Like,
that's true.
That's true.
On
they're on their learner's permit.
Why is this Ford Taurus not going 100 miles an hour on the regular?
It's because Kyler can't reach the pedals. That's what it is.
Right. So I have him at over 54.5 receiving yards. It's the Cowboys. It's a system play. Let's rock with it. So that's my 4th. Waleed, can you give us your 4th?
I can. I'm with Ryan on that Cincy Chicago game. I'm going with Caleb over 242 and a half passing yards. That's the highest his passing line has been all year. There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
That is not a good defense he's playing. Let's talk about Caleb. He's got the best pass grade from an offense, like the best pass grade of the week, and he's got the 8th best coverage grade. When I talk about pass grade, I'm talking about offensive line versus defensive line matchup. It's the 8th best coverage grade, and like the Bengals can't stop anyone. Caleb does go for shots downfield. That's the way this offense is designed. So I think you're going to see a bunch of big chunk plays, coupled with the running game. So I just think this passing over, it's a solid play for Caleb. I'm taking it. My Caleb over hit last week. I think it'll hit this week.
I do want to say real quick while we're here, I'm looking at the official caleb4k.com tracker for his yardage.
Yep.
He's on pace to hit pretty much exactly 4,000 passing yards this year and be the first ever 4K passer in Chicago Bears history. He needs to average 236.4 passing yards per game the rest of the season to be the first one in Bears history.
That's a reasonable number if he plays every game.
He needs a blow-up game or two because the Bears are still a bottom 5 pass rate over expectation offense. Okay, so Ryan, your 4th top 5 bet of the week.
Guys, my 4th bet this week, going with that over in the Detroit-Minnesota game, and I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs to have 100 all-purpose yards. It's minus 125 right now. I think there's no reason that Gibbs can do that. I think that's easy. I mean, I'm probably going and do some alts to like 125 or 150, but for show purposes, I feel confident in Gibbs having at least 100 all-purpose yards.
You know what I'm going to look up right now as you're talking about this, because I think it might even be something else interesting to consider. I'm going to look up, and I am at it right now, Jahmyr Gibbs' longest rush prop, 17 and a half yards. What do you guys think about that?
Ooh, that's an interesting one because like the Vikings run defense this year has been it's been chunk plays. Yeah.
Does he have a longest pass? Because I feel like he might break a screen pass for like 30 yards.
I mean, he could, but I think there might be a longest reception, but I
there
think
is.
The
it's
line might be
11 and a half.
I'd rather do that.
I'd rather do that. I think the run line is properly set because it's, yes, he could gash him for sure, but I think
here's why I prefer the rush line to the reception line is it's going to be a game script game, and sometimes they throw a bunch of screens to Gibbs, sometimes they don't throw any, and I don't know, like it depends on how the flow of the game goes. They might not throw it to him, in which case like. I think he's gonna have a 20-yard run. He might not have enough catches to make that over be like a viable thing. Then again, if he has 2 targets, he's probably gonna break it on one of them. So it's kind of like I feel like the rushing line is a little bit safer.
6.7% of Jahmyr Gibbs' rushes have gone 15 or more yards this season.
Okay.
So, Minnesota bad defense might be something worth looking into. I'll look into it more. If it's good, I'll post it in the Discord and say, hey, numbers bear out that this is something we should take.
Okay.
All right. So then my next top 5 bet of the week, my final one is, so I ran out of receiver plays because 2 of the guys went on Thursday and Pop Douglas doesn't count. So I decided to just pop in something that I actually got at plus odds, which is fucking weird. Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown. Just seems easy. Buffalo has a terrible run defense. Wow. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I know that Rashee Rice is essentially the run game for this team, but Buffalo is just so bad up the middle. And I want to point out, with Pacheco out, even before Pacheco was out, Kareem Hunt had 2/3 of all of Kansas City's rushing attempts inside the 5.
Yeah, he's the red zone back. So like in the way that Kansas City offense is moving. When I saw you post this, I was like, that's really bad. Really, really liked it because he's going to get those looks in the red zone, and it's a question of are the Chiefs going to be in the red zone against Buffalo? And every game this season says yes, they are.
Correct.
Because Buffalo can't stop the run. And Kansas City's offense it's killing it, man. Like I'll tell you what, we were all down in Mahomes, but rightfully so. Rightfully so. The data bears it out. But here's the thing about Patrick Mahomes: when you're the best quarterback in football, sometimes you're just going to be the best quarterback in football.
Correct, and they've let him rip it this year. So
and he's been running a lot more, which is great for fantasy.
So maybe Matt Nagy would have been a good coach if he just got to coach the Bears for like 3 more years and figured it out. Maybe he's just a slow learner.
Right. Or maybe if he had Patrick Mahomes instead of Mitch Trubisky.
I think you could make an argument either way. All right, Waleed, your final top 5 bet of the week.
My final top 5 bet of the week. This was a tough one for me because all the data says Kamani Vidal over 78.5 rushing yards is just a smash play. This is what the hell? Did I not send a new one? Oh, I had data. Hold on, I got to go to my different set of notes. Kamani Vidal. So playing the Titans, and let's be honest. Last week when I told you Jonathan Taylor against the Titans, he wrecked them. They're giving up the second most yards before contact, and he's got the 5th best rush grade for the offensive line this week. Like, Vidal has been getting the workload, and he's playing one of the worst run defenses in football. So just by volume, he should get here. Like, I think this is an easy play. It's a value play. You're getting a decent line here, too. It's kind of wild to me that Kamani Vidal, this is how bad the Titans are. His rushing over, the number's higher than Christian McCaffrey. I want you to think about that for a second.
Yeah, that's
I think that says a lot.
It does about both teams, really.
It does.
Okay. All right, Ryan, your final top 5 bet of the week.
My final top 5 bet, guys. Travis Hunter is on IR, so I am going with BTJ over 5.5 receptions. My only reception bet for this week. Changing it up, like I said, but I think this is a game Jacksonville needs to get on track. I think this is a game Jacksonville wins against Vegas, and Geno Smith's. It's bad in Vegas, but I like BTJ over 5.5 receptions, especially with Travis Hunter not being there.
I like it. I think it's a good play. I think you're looking at it the right way. All right, so those are our top 5 bets of the week. You could see them on the screen. You've been able to see them on the screen for the last 20 minutes. So when we move on, I don't want to hear anybody complaining. So let's talk our parlays. Once again, I remain your parlay king. So I'm going to tell you my 2 parlays that I got cooking this week. First is my money line parlay. I got this at plus 127. Green Bay, Chargers, Detroit, and then New England is the one that made it a little risky, like I said. But there's a lot of matchups this week that I think could be traps. So
Okay.
Those 4 got me plus 127, so $10 down would bring me back a little under 23. And then there are guys that I really liked this week as rushers, but I also worry about game script and who the fuck knows what else. So I did adjusted rushing overs at 50 plus for Chase Brown, Kamani Vidal, and Kyle Monangai. That got me plus 185. I hung 10 on that to bring me back 28.50. Yeah. Ryan, can we get your parlays?
This week, guys, my money line parlay. I'm rolling with Denver, surprising plus money line. I mean, it was plus 108, so it's not like crazy, but I think Denver doesn't easily win this game, but I think they win this game just because of their defense. I've got Detroit, Frisco, and Jacksonville. $5 down at plus 618 and gets me a little over 35. Also, I went with the Jacksonville Vegas game for my same game parlay. Just a 3-leg this week. BTJ's over 5.5 receptions. Brock Bowers with a surprising reception line at only 4.5. So I exploited that. And he's healthy. He's playing. So it's not like he's going to be on a minutes restriction or anything. And then
I've been told he's healthy before. It makes me nervous. I think it's a smart play though, because this is the lowest this line is going to be all year. Coming up,
Vegas is going to have to pass, and they're going to have to try and get it to their best receiver. So,
yep.
And it's the same situation in Jacksonville. So, both best receivers with honestly pretty modest reception lines for their pedigree. And then I added ETN's over 70 plus rushing and receiving. I want to say it was like minus 200 or something like that. So his rushing receiving line I want to say is 80 to 90 somewhere. So I just did something a little safer to pad this parlay a little bit. Got me to plus 413 odds. I put 5 on it to get a little over 25.
I like it.
Yeah.
That one's a lot of fun. Wally, what do you got?
So my first parlay of the week, I'm a little sad that the odds kind of suck on this, but also the odds suck on this because JSN has been so damn good. When my usage model matches up with the top score, Tony's model, wide receiver model, historically, like this is a good parlay. Like this, they haven't hit yet, so I kind of like my odds on this one. JSN over 95.5 receiving yards, over 6.5 receptions and a touchdown. $5 bet at plus 204 pays out 15.20. I mean, this is a very reasonable line. All the outcomes play into each other because let's be honest, if JSN has 7 receptions, he's probably going to have over 100 yards. That's just what happens.
Yeah.
And a touchdown, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So this is just kind of like a long JSN play, and
I like that one.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And my second parlay is my big parlay because I like one that has modest odds and one that's going to pay big. I've been making this parlay for weeks now, and it's going to hit. Like, and when it does hit, the times that I lost are going to come back, and it's going to be good. I keep forgetting to change it from 5 to 10. It says $75, but that's on a $5 bet. On a $10 bet, it'd be actually pay out $150. We're going Caleb over 300 passing yards, over 3 touchdowns, and Odunze over 100 yards. Let's be honest, if Caleb throws for 300 passing yards, Odunze is probably going to get 101 of those yards. That's how I always structure my parlay, so they play into each other in the outcomes. And I'm betting on the big Caleb game. And a lot of the smart people and the sharps out there think this is going to be a big Caleb week. So So actually, I might go back and make this a $10 bet because I think this is the week that it probably happens.
What I might do with this game script, since I think it's going to be the game of the week, is go in and take their regular lines with the 3 touchdowns and then add Flacco's passing and Jamar Chase's yards too.
And I don't hate that. Honestly, I actually think that I'm probably going to do it. It's not going to be on the show, but I'm going to do an adjusted Flacco touchdown and passing along with a over it's not going to be 100. It's going to be like 150 for Chase, Jamar Chase. Maybe 125, but something where I can pad those odds because I want it to all play into each other. But Flacco is a great play this week to structure that. He's one of the best quarterback plays of the week.
Yeah. Or if you can get an alt 8, 9, or 10 reception, you're going to get plus odds for that for Chase because I'm pretty sure his reception line is probably 7.5, just like Puka's.
Jamar Chase's target share with Joe Flacco has been ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
All he's doing is spamming Jamar Chase, and let's be honest, that's what you should be doing.
His yards per play is not as long as Browning's. It's actually yards. It's like 5 yards or something like that. But he's just letting Jamar Chase get all the yards after the catch.
Yeah, which is great because he's really good at that.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So Ryan, as our current reigning regent, why don't you tell us your millionaire bet this week?
Guys, this week I got some money to roll over. I hit last week. What did I hit last week? What was that, the over on a game? Yeah, it was the over on the Buffalo game, right? Yeah, it was the over, I think, on the Buffalo Carolina game.
That is correct.
So I hit that. So I have 19 and some change to play this week. So I'm gonna go in and I got plus odds on a Josh Allen touchdown in the highest points total Vegas has ranked this year, of Kansas City versus Buffalo. I think that's for plus odds on a plus 105 on a Josh Allen touchdown. I think that's almost a given in this game. I'm thinking
I will take that every week it's available.
True.
Yep. So that'll get me almost $40 if that hits.
Okay. Waleed, your millionaire bet.
I like to roll when you've seen I do this every week. I'm going JSN here because he's my number one play of the week in every aspect. So JSN over 125 receiving yards at plus 225. $10 will pay me $32.50.
Okay.
Makes perfect sense to me. I was looking, Ryan already mentioned this a little bit. I was looking around at at lines last night looking for something to place as a millie, and I saw that Denver were underdogs, and I was like, they're in first place in their division, man. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
Right.
they're gonna wreck. They're gonna wreck CJ Stroud.
I'm not worried about Patrick Surtain because Denver's got a good pass rush, and I don't know if you've heard anything about the Texans'
Houston
offensive
has a
line.
shitty line. Yep.
They have an
Not
offensive
good.
line. I haven't heard about that yet.
Right? Exactly. So that is mine. I got it at plus odds. Glad to, man. Gladly, I'll take that any day of the week.
Sure.
I got it at plus 108, so my $10 would bring me back $20.80. So those are our millionaire bets.
Nice.
You see those on the streets. And so now it's time to hop into DFS, and we're joined by super producer Josh. We're gonna go Josh, Ryan, Waleed, and myself. That's our order. Josh, who's your quarterback this week?
So my quarterback is Jared Goff.
That's a good call.
Really? Okay.
I think this is a great play. I feel like this could be a Jared Goff week.
I think so too. Okay.
Perfect passer rating against Minnesota. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Ryan, what do you got?
Guys, it was someone different yesterday, but now that he's pretty much playing, I'm going with Joe Flacco again. I played him in the I played him in the
our tournament.
Yeah, the DraftKings tournament that Waleed hosts last week. So I'm gonna try and cash again. I think did I get third place or second place last week? I don't remember, but I cashed with Joe Flacco. I cashed with Joe Flacco last week. Yeah, well, we all know you did. You blew everyone out of the water. You had like almost 200 points, I think.
So Ryan, this means that your picks this week are DK picks, not FanDuel picks.
That is correct. I am currently making the transition to only playing Superflex on FanDuel and doing DFS on DraftKings because
I think. Well, you should do it on both. Like the cash games on FanDuel are pretty damn soft. I've noticed.
Are they really?
And the Superflex, yeah, they're not bad.
Okay, all right, Waleed. Then tell us your quarterback play this week. I could venture to guess.
I mean, I'll let you guess. Let's see if you can get it right.
I'm gonna say his name's
Trevor Lawrence.
It's Caleb Williams.
Geno Smith.
I actually like Trevor Lawrence this week. I think he's a
nice I do too.
But I like Caleb Williams more, and I'm gonna keep my bias. Hey, I won last week with Caleb Williams. I'll ride him again this week. 5,700 is a really good price for that man.
And he's cheap. He's like right by Flacco. He's almost the same price as Flacco.
I wonder why. All right, my my quarterback play this week is someone that we have not talked about yet during this show. I'm going to go with a guy that's cheap that I think has good ceiling, and a guy, honestly, that I don't really need to stag with anybody. I'm going to go with Jackson Dart.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Taylor Shook.
You know what, Tony? I was looking at that. And there's actually a lineup that I have somewhere else that I have a Slayton in my flex. Like, just to,
I mean, you're throwing a dart, right?
Right.
Get it? Yeah.
Yep.
No, I do. I do like him. I mean, he's got a chance to get a couple rushing touchdowns.
San Francisco's defense is beat to shit. Josh, who's your running back?
My running back is Travion Henderson. If it's gonna be any week, guys, it's gonna be this week, right? Like,
otherwise it's so over.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, Ryan, your running back.
Let's see. This week, guys. I'm just gonna take him. It's gonna be Monungai against Cincinnati's defense.
That's my second.
Super cheap.
Back. Yeah,
he's super cheap. He won't be after this week.
$4,600 on DraftKings. That's a really good price for a guy who's going to be a lead back on the week against the bad one.
Yep. In the way that Coach Johnson was talking about Swift's injury, it might be a multiple week injury.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
They say that they're going to monitor it. I don't know if they're resting him. Just try to.
They say they're protecting him from himself, which is
great. Good sign.
Stop
all right, Waleed, your running back.
I paid down for quarterback so I could pay up for the number one running back on the week. We're going Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be cute.
Sure.
I'm trying to win money. Christian McCaffrey is the clearest path to doing that.
I like his 2 touchdown line this week.
My move this week at running back, because Monungai's the guy I like best. Great matchup. Running back, like the offensive line's been playing great. Like I said, the absolute nuts matchup. Team's running like a crazy amount. But he's 4,600 on DK. So what I did when I was looking through this is I was like, well, who around there has the best chance to outscore Kyle Monungai? And for $100 more, as much as I hate the player, I got to take Kareem Hunt.
That's not a
'Cause
bad play. It's a good pivot.
I think in big tournaments, Hunt's probably the move because everyone's going to be on Monungai, and you're going to have probably insanely low ownership. Most people that go Monungai are going to go, Monungai and CMC or Monungai and Jonathan Taylor. So if you can go one of those guys and still get Taylor or CMC, then or even Gibbs, like you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
All right, then. Josh, can I get your receiver?
So, I could be boring and tell you that I have Amon-Ra St. Brown or any one of Tony's system picks, but I'm going to tell you that I went really chalk here and went Jamar Chase.
Nice.
Yeah, because he's going to be the best receiver on the week. I'm going to have.
Right.
I know for a fact I'm going to have a bunch of Jamar Chase in my cash games.
Right.
Sure.
I also have Jamar Chase because I have Flacco as my quarterback, but I will pivot and go with BTJ.
Love it. Waleed, your receiver.
So my receiver here, I'm going to go. This is going to be a little bit of a discount play here, but I'm kind of excited about it. Michael Pittman against Pittsburgh feels like such a nice because he's only 5,900 this week. And Michael Pittman is the wide receiver one, and the best offense in football. So I'm just like I'm looking at the value play here because I'm paying up in other spots.
Yeah, I get it. I also am gonna do a bit of a no, never mind. I was hoping he was gonna be at least the second most expensive receiver, so I could be like, guys, a discount. It's Puka for me, man.
Yeah.
I'm all Puka. Like schematically, this is a great matchup. The Saints are a huge cover 3 team, 4th highest rate. Puka gets 44% target share against cover 3. Like Devontae Adams, his target share against cover 3 is 21%. Puka's 44. So huge Puka week. He's going to be 25% owned, and it might not even matter. I don't care. I want in.
Yeah.
All right, Josh.
Here's my thing when it comes to roster rates too. I think it's overrated to worry about like that rostership. If you think the guy's going to be the best scorer of the week,
Correct.
You want him on your team. It doesn't make like that stuff all kind of comes out in the wash.
Correct. If a guy's 50% owned, but he's the RB1 on the week, then it was still the right move to make.
100%.
All right, cool. So then, Josh, your tight end.
My security blanket tight end for cheap all season has been Hunter Henry. And literally, he hasn't let me down, and he's still 3,700. So I'm gonna go with Hunter Henry this week.
He almost let you down last week if he didn't cut that touchdown, but
Yeah, for sure.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
that's right.
All right, Ryan, your tight end.
All right. One of my mid-tier kind of shitty tight ends of the week this week. And since we're doing this DFS build, my main one was Noah Fant because I think he's good for a touchdown, but I already have Flacco and Chase. So for this purpose, my secondary mid-tier kind of shitty tight end of the week at the same price is Mr. Evan Ingram. 5 catches on 8 targets last week for 42 yards. I think he gets a touchdown this week.
And in full PPR, man, I'll take that scam any day of the week.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Waleed, your tight end.
So I'm going with my stack here. Cincinnati Bengals are giving up the most fantasy points at a tight end position. On DraftKings and fantasy, they also have the most touchdowns. They've given up 10 touchdowns to tight ends. The next closest is 6. And I'm going Colson Loveland, stack with my quarterback.
I respect it.
3,300 saves me money.
Yeah, Komet is in.
Yep.
He's fully healthy.
That's fine. I still think it'll be Loveland.
Okay.
So my tight end play this week, man, what a time to be alive. The 5th most expensive DraftKings tight end, George Kittle.
Okay. I mean, I think he's good for a touchdown or two.
Yeah.
If
But
You're
wait,
telling me-
but wait, guys. Christian McCaffrey will be on the field. I don't know if anybody knows that.
there's enough to go around, baby.
I think
Oh.
it'll be fine.
Oh,
Like-
fascinating, Waleed. Fascinating.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, man. Just because I thought Kittle was overpriced at the beginning of the year doesn't mean I don't think he's a good tight end. Like, this isn't a binary, like either he's good or he's bad. No, he can be good but still be overpriced.
I just want to say
Sure.
he's played 2 games this year. Well, he's played 3 games, 2.5, because he left the Seattle game early. 12.5 points in the game he left early. He got his first week back from Atlanta. He didn't see anything, and then last week 14.3 points. If you're telling me there's a guy that I can get with a floor of 12 points and a ceiling of a classic George Kittle game as tight end 5, like come
Sure.
on, man.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that's a good investment, especially
So-
in a game where we think that like Houston's going to get wrecked. Oh no, it's not Houston.
The
Who are
Giants.
they playing? They're Giants. I mean, I expect the Giants to get wrecked too. So
Correct. All right, so Josh, who are you starting on defense this week?
I am starting the Texans defense because
Okay.
I know at least Bo Nix is at least good for one spectacular interception, and so that's what I'm going for.
you're speaking my language. I still think he's overrated.
He is. He's terrible. All right, Ryan, your defense.
Well, just like Josh thinks Bo Nix is good for 1 interception, I think Geno Smith is good for at least 3. So I'm going
Son
with
of a
Jacksonville.
bitch.
I'm going with Jacksonville this week.
I'm gonna have to redo my lineups now. All
You
right.
can still use Jacksonville, Waleed.
I
Yeah,
can
but-
still use but when I do in the FA, I try to make sure that my picks are all in the system. You know what? That's fine. I'm just going to be very simple, and I'm just going to go. Oh, I didn't realize some of the changes I made. I had money left over. Well, you know what? We're just going to go with the Chargers defense then. Second most expensive, but I don't mind because they're playing the Titans. And if you're trying to tell me that Cam Ward is going to put up points in the Chargers defense, I'm going to laugh in your face.
Are they? They're in Tennessee. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
just double checking.
Yeah,
All right.
Chargers are one of the more expensive defenses, but I don't mind paying up for defenses in a matchup like that this good. Also, Jacksonville Chargers, both in my defensive streamer article of the week, like both under 50% rostered, which I find kind of wild.
Okay. I'm paying down, and I'm getting a little risky here. I'm going with the Raiders.
Okay,
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen that. It's a very popular play this week.
Tony, I also have a lineup where I basically had to scrape the the bottom of the barrel on defense. So,
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm paying up. I'm paying up at receiver. I have a top tier tight end. You got to cut that corner somewhere. And if
yeah.
they've got 2 games with double digit fantasy points this year, and
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is
He
playing a
makes
little
mistakes.
iffy. He's playing a little iffy. So
Yeah.
I like that as my cost cutter. So Josh, can you tell us your 5 guys?
Okay. My top my guys are as follows. It is Jared Goff, Jamar Chase, Hunter Henry, and then the Texans defense, and that's
Did you say you're running back?
Travion Henderson. Thank you, Wally.
Okay. Ryan, your plays this week.
See, I had Flacco, I had Chase, Monungai, Evan Ingram, and Jacksonville D.
Okay.
You had Brian Thomas Jr. technically.
His pivot was
Oh,
BT.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, BTJ.
All right, and then Waleed, your 5.
I got Caleb Williams, Christian McCaffrey, Michael Pittman Jr., Colston Loveland, and Los Angeles Chargers. No, they were San Diego Chargers. They'll always be San Diego to me. Defense.
What did LA ever do to you? All right, cool. My 5: Jackson Dart, Kareem Hunt, Puka Nakua, George Kittle, Las Vegas Raiders. So I think
Nice.
that's it for us, guys.
Let's win some money.
Yeah,
Let's go.
let's get it cooking. Let's do all the cool shit that we want to do with our lives because we're making a ton of money.
Oh yeah, let's get those
Right.
monocles, baby.
Yeah, we've earned them. All right, so then we'll see you guys here same time next week, right? Everyone will be around.
Yep.
Yep.
Beautiful. Then
All
let's look forward to it. We'll see you guys next week. A lot richer.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.